Today I want to teach you that readers don't just read each page or section of their book separately. They gather the information and look across the whole entire book, thinking, how does this page fit with the one before it? Other times they'll want to pause section by section and thinking, how does this part fit with the part before it? Or what are both of these parts talking about? So today we are going to learn a strategy called the 5 W's to help us discover some important main ideas that go on in our text. So let's take a look at what are the 5 W's. All right, so the 5 W's are the who, what, when, where, why, and we also have added the H, which is the how. So whenever I'm going through each one, I want you to hold up your hand with me. Give me a 5 and hold it up. And we're going to start with our thumb. So move your thumb down, and that is the who. If you're doing the who, you are thinking about who are the most important people in your text. The what, should be moving on to the next finger. What is the text mainly about? What is going on in your text? Your next finger is the when. When was this written? When did these events take place? Those are some questions you can ask yourself. The where. What places are being talked about? The why, which is your pinky. Why does this article matter? Why do the topics occur? Why is someone writing about this? And then lastly, that is not on our 5 W's, but we still need to make sure that it is included because it's super important, is our how. Lastly, you're going to question yourself, how does this all work? Using the 5 W's will really help you with finding those key details that go along with your main idea. So today we are going to look closely at a passage called Giant Pumpkins, and we are going to work through it together, and I'm going to show you how you can use your questions, your 5 W's and the how, to help you find the key ideas and main ideas of the passage or text that you are reading. First, I'm going to read my nonfiction text, which is Giant Pumpkins. As I am reading it, I'm going to have in my mind the 5 W's and the H in my mind so that I can go back to my note-taking page and make sure to ask those questions to myself so I can figure out what are the key details, and that'll lead me to my main idea of the text. So here we go. Did you know many people grow pumpkins to try and break world records? These pumpkins are called giant pumpkins. They can weigh more than 150 pounds. The largest pumpkin was grown by Mathia Williminge. It weighed 2,625 pounds. Growing a giant pumpkin takes a lot more work than a regular pumpkin. First, the grower has to find the right kind of seeds. Goliath giant seeds and Atlantic giant seeds can grow huge pumpkins. Next, the seeds have to be planted early in the spring. They need 140 to 160 days to grow all summer. Wow. Then they are harvested in the fall. The seeds need rich soil to help the pumpkins grow. The seeds need watered just the right amount. The pumpkin plant makes a fruit that is soft and yellow at first. It needs shade to keep the skin soft so that the pumpkin can grow big. Hot sunshine and dry wind can make the skin hard and stop it from growing bigger. Giant pumpkin growers make shade covers to keep them from getting ripe too early. Giant pumpkins are usually entered into contests in the fall. There are pumpkin festivals all over the world. The heaviest pumpkins win prizes. Some people carve giant pumpkins or make them into pumpkin pie, but giant pumpkins are not as tasty as regular pumpkins. So as I was reading about giant pumpkins, I had my note-taking page with my 5 W's sticky notes next to me. So let's see what I wrote down. And maybe you were thinking of some of the same things. So at the top, I made sure to write what text I was reading, which was called Giant Pumpkins. That was in the bold text, which let me know that was my heading. And then I recorded for each of my W's. And then also I have my how at the bottom. So we'll start with my who, which whenever I was reading, I was thinking about, who is this mostly about? Well, we know it is about giant pumpkins. And then also I knew that it threw out a person, because of my who I think about an animal, a person, an object. Who is it about? And I also thought of mafia. And then for my what is happening in my text? Well, mainly it was about that you need to find the right seeds so that you can grow your giant pumpkin. So that is what I wrote down for the what. For the where, well, where can you grow these? It told me in the text an important detail was all over the world. When do you need to grow these giant pumpkins? Well, it said from the text, which I could go back to it and get text evidence, in the fall. For the why, it made me think about, why do growers make those shade covers? That's what I was thinking about. Those shade covers really stuck out to me. Well, they make those because the shade keeps the pumpkin growing. So you need that to make your giant pumpkin, for it to grow. And then for my how, I thought about, how long does it take for a giant pumpkin to grow? Well, I remembered a key detail from the story for my how was 140 to 160 days.